to introduce Prairie Mayor John Murray.
Good morning. I'm John Murray, Mayor of Sun Prairie. I want to thank all of you for the opportunity to be here today and say a few words, share a few thoughts about Memorial Day and what it means to me. There's been a lot of really appropriate and terrific words said already today that I think capture the patriotism and the honor of this day and this weekend and what it means to all of us. What I wanted to talk about was the personal aspect of it. I think it's appropriate we talk about the flags, the ceremonies, the parades, but I think all of us think about the veterans in our lives, how their service to our country has affected us. And just share a quick story about my stepfather, who is a very proud Vietnam veteran, lives in Green Bay, and I think it's been interesting that really over the last maybe 5 years, he's been able to really start to tell his stories, share his memories, bring out pictures. He was a Navy corpsman, served in Vietnam, and as I listen to these stories, some of them over up at deer camp, some of them just out hunting, some of them just over coffee, it dawned on me that this was his way of starting to convey to me how deeply personal this experience was to him. As a young Navy corpsman at the ripe old age of probably 18, 19, to be over in a foreign country, serving his country, seeing things that some of us can't even imagine. And as he's telling me these stories and showing me the pictures and the memorabilia, it not just dawned on me that it was his way of sharing this deeply personal experience, but it was his way of conveying to me something that I can't probably possibly ever understand. Someone of my generation who's never served, who's never seen war, who's never had those experiences, he was imparting something on me, a gift, if you will. Because I think that it's extremely important, as others have said, that we find ways of sharing those stories with ourselves, our children, and their children, to understand the enormity of the sacrifice that they made. Many of us can't even fathom that, but I think it's really important that we are able to get that through the stories that they tell. I want to leave you with just 2 thoughts. For those of you that have never served, that know veterans, take the time to go and find veterans. Seek out their stories. I had a really terrific conversation with several of the honored flight members while waiting in the parade, and I heard stories that I really thought, this is something that we all need to hear. Take the time to seek them out, not just people in your family, but people in your community. Give them the opportunity to share their stories, to share their experiences with you, because it not only allows you to honor them, it allows you to then to convey those stories to others, children and grandchildren. For those of you that are veterans, based on the experience of my stepfather, I understood that this was very difficult for him. But in the right moments, in the right opportunities, where he could feel comfortable sharing those stories,